to. It occurred to me, after I turned it off there, that the last few of these Waynecasts have been going on what these long hours I've been doing. And some of the younger 3D guys that watch this might take it as some sort of macho ego trip, like a competition who can do the most hours. No, it's not. Think of it as a cautionary tale. As I've explained there just in the last one, that I've managed to cause myself, a fair amount of health damage over the years doing these long hours. You don't get away with it. Your body does remember, and you do pay back double. Long hours aren't good. See, some freelance guys gets a couple of nice contracts a year that are very lucrative, and they just put it on, because I'm the sort of person I am, because I've got something to prove to myself, and the fact I'm a bloody workaholic and an insomniac, I work more hours than everybody else. Simple as that. I've also got more overheads, because my son's got a wheat allergy and a soya allergy. If you've ever tried to buy food that's free in wheat and soya, you look at specialist shops and you look at paying an absolute fortune. And when you're dealing with a kid that's 2 years, 8 months coming up, they waste more food than they eat, and it costs an absolute fortune. So yeah, probably quite well off if it wasn't for that. I don't begrudge it, of course I don't, it's my son. But there is times when you just think to yourself, why is everything going to be more expensive? So I have no choice but to work hard. Do I deserve a medal for that? Do I bollocks? I'm my dad, it's my job to work hard. I do what I do, simple as that. But so no, I'm not trying to match your ego, and I'm not trying to say to people, look, go out and do the longest hours you can, and prove that you can push your body at the limits. No, look, there's not a person out there in 3D that can't push their body at the limits if they have to. It's whether you are so inclined. And if you're inclined, is it because you've got something to prove to yourself or other people, or is it because you've got no bloody choice? For me, it's a combination because I've got no choice, and the fact that I do have something to prove to me. I always will. Simple as that. So, yes, it's been an interesting year so far for that sort of thing. Kane last night, I was on the Glenn phoned up just before I recorded the first part of this for about an hour, and we were just having a bit of a chat, and I was explaining that Kane woke up at 2 o'clock this morning and has been awake ever since. Now, because he's got a wheat allergy, if you give him wheat, his allergy is such that he will be awake. It's like giving him coke or speed or something, right? So yesterday, my mother accidentally gave him something with wheat in. It was a sweet. She didn't realise. I didn't. It wasn't even marked on the packet, right? But we know the signs. Last night he was a pain in the backside to get to sleep. It took about 2 hours. I was literally just walking upstairs, just about to go to bed. About 2 a.m, 2 or something. And he wakes up. So Kat's at a pole all night, which meant she did 21 hours straight. I woke up this morning about, was it 8:15? By 8 o'clock I was downstairs with him, trying to keep him amused with Bob the Builder videos while I was trying to get their DVDs, while I was trying to get some work done. Now I realise some people will say, what sort of dad are you? Well, I've got to make the money. Simple as that. You can do what's easy, you can do what's right. Simple as that. I do what's right. I want to make the money. I've also got, contracts that I've been tied into that I must finish on time. I never finish a contract outside of its date unless I absolutely have to. There's got to be a damn good reason. And just because, somebody's ill or whatever is not a good enough reason in my book. Simple as that. So I'm hoping Kane passes out tonight. Although normally it takes about 2 to 3 days for it to get out of the system. Now most people with wheat allergies, it doesn't affect them for 2 days. But you see, Kane takes after my mother, who also has a wheat allergy. And basically inside of 12 hours it starts to affect them. So we're hoping he grows out of it, to be honest. Really hope he does. Otherwise it's going to get really expensive when your kids to be a teenager. You know how much teenagers eat? Oh, you remember how much you used to eat as a teenager? Christ, I'll need a bloody bank loan. I'll have to. You've only 48-hour days of it. You've still got a week at that age. But no, we'll hopefully you'll start to get a bit better as time goes on. Apart from that, he's perfectly normal. In this day and age, there's more allergies amongst children. And of course, with Kane being a Robson, like me, you can guarantee that if there's a problem, you'll get the worst bloody one, right? Or one of the worst ones. So there you go. Let's see how much time we've got here. Only 4 minutes. But yeah, so I've had that on the go as well as all the work. As well, you know, I'm just. Why do I mention all this stuff? I mention to try and put it in perspective that, yeah, 3D is a very, very large part of my life and takes precedence over everything else it has to. That's the way I work. But, like anybody else, just because you're a 3D artist or digital sculptor, whatever you want to bloody call it this week, whatever the new name for it is, because they're always changing, aren't they? It doesn't mean you haven't got to take care of other responsibilities. Doing 3D as means to an end is not the end in itself. Took me a long time to realise that. Because for a long time I thought 3D was it, and everything else was simply like a glue-on sort of add-on pack on the side of your life. So I realised it's not. It's got to be part of your life. Yeah, it's a large part, a very large part, but I do have other things I do. Same as I've said it a number of times. This year I definitely want to get back into clear sculpting again. Same as I was talking to Glenn before, and I've decided I'm going to do a model of Spawn. You know, one of the Spawn sort of things for Spawn comics. Now there's a reason behind this. One, I haven't been able to do anything just for me for ages, for months and months and months. And even when I did, it was stuff that always would end up halfway through knowing that I have to put it on in an article or a DVD or something like that. I want to do something a bit like the Davros one I've got to finish off and stuff, and the Eddie one, that I can't put in an article, right? That I can't put in a book, that I can't recreate for a DVD. Something that's just for me, right? So when I'm finished, I might, if I feel like it, post it on ZBrush Central and say, there you go, that's just for me. Don't give a crap whether anyone likes it or not, because I like it. That's basically what I want to do. So Glenn collects a lot of these figures and stuff, so I asked him if he wouldn't mind taking a few photographs of some of them, and he said quite nicely yes. Something in return I've got to sort out for him later at night, but that's between me and him. Yes, we're at the moment. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. That after I've had my two week break, I've got to get into some really intense negotiations, and I've got to do some R&D on something. In fact, a couple of things. I've also been asked to beta test a brand new piece of software. They only want one beta tester, and they're prepared to pay money for it. Isn't that fucking great, eh? Paid me money to play with stuff. That's the side of the other stuff. Let's have a look at time. So, yeah, I've got a pretty. It's going to be intense, but not as intense, because some of the stuff, like doing the R&D, is basically just playing with a bit of software and saying, right, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is what you want to add in, this bit here needs changing, the interface, and it's my opinion, but they're asking me for my opinion, they're paying good money for it, so that's what they'll get, and they know that. I'm not going to say yes, everything's fine if it's not. I'm not going to just use it as a new tool to play with. It's, you know, something more, what's his name? Now, before we get to the ideas, it's not Mudbox, it's not a direct competitor for ZBrush, anything like that. I can't tell you who's making it, or who's behind it, but if you're a 3D Max, if you're a May user especially, you'll know who's behind this, if I mentioned the name, because you'll have heard it before. If you use 3D Max or XSI, or maybe even Lightwave, you will also have used something created by this particular person or persons without realising it, probably. That's all I'm going to say. What time is it? Right, time to wind up. I'll catch you all in the next Waynecast. This one's going to be up a bit early because As I say, once I get the boy out of the way, I've got a bit of time for me. So I'll catch you all next week. Hopefully I'll be a lot less stressed. Feel great. Catch you next time.